Hi everyone, this is Dale Ann with another Tuesday tutorial. I'll put a link to one of the tutorials I did earlier in the year that shows you how to make paper into fabric, and that's what this is with a muslin backing. This one is cut ready to make fabric postcards. This piece I cut into strips. This one that I'll be showing you is going to be the cover. I had this notepad and I'll make a little notebook out of it. I thought I would show you how I'm going to do the cover. So this is just one of the 4 signatures I'll be putting in here. So there'll be 20 pages or 40 usable sides. And what I want to show you is this strip folds over like this. So there's going to be excess, which could become other artwork. So what I like to do is I used a piece of that pad of paper, folded it in half, made templates. So I will use it, and it depends on how big of a flap you want to go over. I drew the pattern onto the back of this. I've cut it out, and now you can see that it goes over probably 1.5 inches in total. I will sew on some Velcro onto both sides, paint it, do some more stamping on here, and then I'll show you how I'm going to sew the signatures in, because the signatures are the last thing, the Velcro. This is the inside, and I just did some random stitching, and then I decided to do some satin stitching around the edge. I went to my tin here that has spools of thread that are partially, like, almost empty. I like to use them up, like this one is almost done, just because I used it for the satin stitching around there. The colors on here were Derwent Inktense pencils, and I just did 2 of them and rubbed it across. But I watered them down with glazing liquid, acrylic glazing liquid, so while it is still not 100% dry, it's not tacky for me to touch. It makes this paper fabric very pliable, and then once it's totally dry, it'll be stiff. What I will be doing is stitching the signatures in with simple 3-hole stitching. I checked where the middle, or where I wanted them to sit inside the booklet, and I used this guide. On here you can see 3 pencil marks on there, and I used that to poke holes in here. I'll open one, you might be able to see it better, maybe not. Anyway, there's 3 holes in each signature, and now I'll sew them on. And what I did was mark roughly where the 4 signatures will be. I started with the thread on the outside of the notebook. Then I went from the middle to the top, and then you can see this outside, and then to the center. Then you come out, down, and then you go into the center again. The thread that I'm using is crochet cotton. And because I want the knot or the thread on the outside, I'm going to knot it just briefly in here. Going to knot this and then leave it until after I've done all 4 signatures. Okay, here is the finished product. It is roughly 5 by 4.5. The button is on there just for decoration. There is Velcro sewn inside. You can see the stitches, the beads on there. I used fray check on the ends of the crochet cotton just so they wouldn't fray, and I double knotted. So this is how they look. There's some space in between each signature, and there you go. Very easy, and because you've done the paper fabric on muslin, all you have to do is paint the inside, or you could fuse fabric to it and just have fun. Had to put that, the button still wasn't glued. You could easily add beads to these long stitches as you are sewing them. I never thought about it. So the next ones, because I have several more of these that I want to do for the upcoming studio tour. And that's it for this week. See you next week. Bye now.